everybody doing? Happy Friday. Oh, God. Snap. Let's chill this out. Let's get this done. Oh, wow. All right, we're good. Woo! What's the haps, everybody? I just got home, did a quick little unboxing. Mr. Eddie, wow. Wow. There you are. How you doing? What's up, bud? What have you been up to? Anything good lately? What do you got planned this weekend? Salmon in the shelf? Why do I need to get on TikTok? Justin, hello. Marco, hello. Mo Patty, how's it going? Making fun of TJ. Projectiles are sharp. What is up? Who doesn't like something sharp? Look what I got, Justin. Or look what I got, everybody. Takes two to tango. Packing and cleaning. I can't flick it though, Lefty. And this is the only version that is a full frame lock. All the others are bolster locks. And the bolster lock I handled when I was in Atlanta. And when the lock stops there as a lefty, you can put your thumb right here and there's no issue. But the Sunburst Titanium, this one here, Doty, it basically makes it a little tougher for the lefties. Boom. The front flip and the thumb stud, left version, no issues. Mo Patty, got your arcade today. Not sure how you feel about it. Mine was a little stiff out the... What am I doing here? Oh, God. Keep off that lock bar. Kenman's playing with Mr. Eddie. But yeah, Mo Patty, right when I got mine, it was a little clunky. Like I would hit it and it would like stop. You know, I'm trying to fake it or whatever. But now it's just as bad. It seems to have loosened up. I used to have some harder times flicking it out like that. Now, from what I've heard from people that have talked about it, is you just got to mess around a little bit more. And it breaks in. You need to just keep on trucking with it. Do this a bunch. It's fun. The Arcane is fire. What Arcane? Say what Arcane? Arcade. Just spell it wrong. You got the purple one. I like it. And then the is the purple one? Did you get the regular one or did you get the new? What is it? Is it the Arcade Light? Something like that. Snail Trail. See, now mine is being weird. I don't know. Dan, that thing I joke about happened. We need to get you on TikTok. I don't know what you're talking about. Do I own any self-defense oriented knives? Not really. I do have a collection of a lot of stuff. Self-defense style, though, no, not really. I mean, we got the Valhalla. So that's something. I don't know, do you call this? This is a zombie self-defense. I don't have any Bastinellis. I mean, I do have a Bastinelli collab with Fox on this little teeny little friction folder. You could really get some work done with this. Fox Bastinelli. What's up, SD Knife Monkey? Dylan, howdy, howdy. What is up, Dylan? How are you? Where is that one? The Boker reality-based blade. Technically, this one here. This is the Boker Jim Wagner. That edge is gnarly stuff. All-time favorite self-defense knife is Bastinelli Creations Dopamine. SE Knife Monkeys waiting on USPS. Let's see your Militar collection. Militars. I have 3 Militars. I have the Mini Militar in Nitro V, Mikarudi Wood, and G10. That is the budget version. Wanted to stop by, say hello. I'm about to edit your website, so that's fun. Dylan, I can't wait to check out the new edited website. That sounds great. I have a matching, I should probably put them side by side. Visually matching, but different. Like I said, this one is Nitro V. This one is 154 CM. So still kind of on their budget version of the Militar. This would be the full-size Militar. Oh, Jesus, I'm great today. But yeah, I've got the 154 CM on this bad boy. These Militars are great. Then I do have one premium. I have this Militar fixed blade. What is this? Is this S35? Or I don't remember now. It's getting a little beat. Yeah, S35 VN. Got some scratches on here. I've taken this one out and carried it a few times. I don't know if you can see how I can focus on there a little bit. You can see it's been getting a little bit of use. Got a little PVD coating on there, but I've used it, tested it out. This is a pretty great, like if you're out camping, hunting, fishing, outdoorsy stuff. I like the extra jimps on the back. But this is their premium version. They do have a budget version of this. But they're great. I love the jimps right there. Jimps on the back. It's a good size, like outdoor. If you want to baton it and beat on it and do some stuff with it. Really nice knife. So that would be the 3. Yep. Gotta line that up if you want her to drop that far. So yeah, your fixed blade, your full size, and the mini. So technically I have one of each of the lineup. It's kind of fun. Got the budget 154 full size coming, like this one here. What color handle did you get? Because they do have it in several handle options. Okay. Boom. I did put the Mohawk backspacer on the arcade. I like that thing a lot. Got to take care of that dog. It's working here, Mo Patty. I remember though, right when I got my Demco, It was like that as well. And now it's like awesome. Still solid. I added the titanium scales to it. Can I pet that dog? Super locks, shark locks. Good stuff. Good stuff. What's up, Marty? How you doing today? It's Friday. What's everybody got going on this weekend? Is MC gonna go live today or tomorrow? His lives are always fun, talking about knives and potentially winning some very premium versions. What do we think about the dual grind on there? Not bad, not bad. Do I have any knives in ZDP 189? I don't. Who are there any companies that specifically use that? Eating but lurking, says Kane. What are we eating, Kane? I'm going to be wanting some dinner. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's hot out. I ran around a little bit. I could go outside, but it is kind of hot. I was kind of at work and went outside. I was like, yeah. Happy Friday. What's up, Rob? Robert? The Bobtism? Gonna do live tomorrow, SC Knife Monkey. What time? What's up, Tim? I'm in Minnesota. We are doing it in the Midwest. We wish that there would be a blade show in the area, but there isn't. So we deal. What's everyone carrying today? I've got my QSP Hawk. I picked this one up at Blade Show, Texas. Look at the chunk of wood that's on there. That's what made me kind of fall in love with it. They don't always have a lot of knives with wood handles, but once in a while you pick one up. What were the name of the scales I put on that Demco? They were from Knife Center. They do not exist anymore. They're no longer available. I can't remember the name of that company. Mick Ranger recommended it. They were on sale. They were originally like $100, and then they had them on sale for $50. They sold all out of them, and they're no longer. They're discontinued. Unfortunately, I probably would have got a second set. This, I'm not exactly sure what kind of wood this is, but it has these little ripples and wrinkles that go across it this way that aren't really easy to focus on. But they had a dozen or so of these, maybe 10 of them on the table at the QSP booth in Texas, and they felt nice. And I picked up this wood one, and something about the way that polished wood just sits in my hand and the smoothness of it was like, wow. Then the action on this, just the thumb studs are snappy. The flipper tab pops out nice. I think this goes for like $60. I'm pretty sure it's 14C28N. Boom. Spyderco Stretch 2 comes in ZDP with British Racing Green FRN scales. Okay. That sounds cool. Kane says, where, Thomas? Where can you find that? Available now, or is it something that they made and it's not available? Carried a KB Knives Dandy S90, Para 3 crew wear, and a PMP, MA8 Harmony M3. Nice little pile, nice little stack. I went light today. Literally carried this Hawk, and then I already set it over here. I also had my little case small Stockman. This one's from 1993. It's old, but the blade's still in good shape. I actually like the little sheep's foot little blade more than any of the others. Don't really use it all that much, but I basically always am carrying a secondary. So it was that and this today. A couple little brown combination. I also usually, or I'm always carrying this little Rough Rider nail nick. I use this as like a pry bar or like a little screwdriver or something. Actually comes in handy more often than not. Going back to work Monday after being laid off since October. Auto assembly. How about that, Aaron? Wow. It'll probably be fun to be back. Something different. I'm going to sneeze. There's been a lot of the crap in the air. My eyes have been extra irritated. All the cottonwoods are really dropping the last several weeks. What's up, Kathleen? And I'm going to sneeze. And I'm going to keep saying I'm going to sneeze, and it's going to go away. What's up, Cliff? Nice little crew, everybody kind of hanging out. Friday night, is it hot where you are right now? It's pretty hot here in Minnesota. I did just post a little late today the new unboxing of the Wolf Tango collab. Little collab they had with, what is it called? Cerebrus knives. It's kind of a different style for Wolf, but S90 degrees. Yeah. This is the full titanium sunburst version. This is the only version that has a full frame lock like this. All the others will have a scale. It'll be titanium bolster or whatever, and then you could get crystallized titanium or camel carbon or a few different versions. But then it would be a bolster lock instead of the full frame. Does have a nice front flipper on there and a really snappy, ticky sound that I like quite a bit. How do you like the Tango? Did you see JD's review? He didn't like it. Well, this one, I have little issues as a lefty with the lock bar where I've had a few times where I'm going to open it. I can't flick it open, so I kind of have to hold it to the side, which is like I can't even, it's hard for me to flick open versus the other versions that I handled this at the show that have the bolster lock on it. Those works great because the lock would stop literally like right there, you know, so it would only be like this much, so my thumb could be pushing right here and it's part of the scale rather than the lock. But I think it's snappy. I think it feels good in the hand for a smaller knife. It's only 7 inches, but I can kind of loose grip with my large hand. I still got enough grip on there. I like jimps. It doesn't have jimps, but ultimately it feels good in the hand. I don't know what is on there. Justin, do you know? I can look. Hold on. Turn my phone into a multimedia. Here we are. Ceramic bearings. There you go. What's up, Donnie from Blessed Knives is in the house, y'all. Check out Donnie's amazing work. Super cool dude. So yeah, there's the Sunburst. That's the one that I've got here in front of me. But yeah, if you look at these, they all have that the bolster, which then puts the lock like that, so you can see it's just that smaller. Shoot, come on. Can I zoom in here? There you go. So you see how small the lock is right there. So as a lefty compared to this one here where it's the whole frame, when I put my thumb right there, I cannot flick this out because you're putting that pressure. And so the lefties, they could pick up one of these other really cool versions. I mean, the Kieranite Crystal Lake version, right? Or the crystallized titanium. I almost like the blue one the most, But this one here with the yellow crystallized titanium, super cool. Also, they did a DLC. Okay, this in person, you can watch my live from the show. Had one of these in hand, and so this is crystallized titanium, and then they DLC coated it after the fact. So that kind of hid that crystallization, but it was still there. You know, the crystallization kind of looks like this, where you're getting a lot of those sparkly fragments, and the DLC kind of hides it, but it's still there. It was definitely cool. What's up, Paul? You're digging the milled PJ and satin version? I mean, they're all pretty cool. As a lefty, though, it's just this one here. I can't do the flick out, and that is just not great. And the sound is awesome. It's very tingy, but at the show, I was messing around with like this one here. Tell me that isn't sweet. And as a lefty, just look at that little bolster lock. Boom. Super cool. Fun stuff. I like that they're innovating and kind of coming up with some new things and trying different stuff. You know, rather than just one type of thing, you kind of expand and see where it takes you. What is up, Fook? My man Fook's in the house. Once knives get over $250 from China, I tend not to get it at that price. I'd rather buy USA, just preference. Yes, that's a preference. Nothing wrong with that. What's up, Ron Dobbins? Cliff says, do not forget that like button. 33 of us in here. We could get a couple more. Help the algorithm, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, I have stuff to film. I have a couple unboxings to do. I got a couple packages in the mail, one of them being the Jack Wolf. I ordered a couple things that are not knives that we're going to end up looking at. When I get the rest of that stuff, I ordered a pen from Big Idea. I ordered a, what are those? The K-bar, or not the key bar. The key bar. Anybody ever, you use a key bar? Anybody have keys on a key bar? I did go talk to him at the table at the show. Interesting stuff. I figured I'd order one, try it out. They're not too expensive if you want to get the base model. But they have a lot of custom ones that are really cool too if you do get into it. But it's basically just a little thing that you slide all your keys into. When I get it and unbox it, we'll take a look at it for sure. Don't tell me what to do, Dad. I'm a lefty too. I just carry it in the right pocket. Or I have my jeans have a thinner pocket. I'm not wearing them now. I've got shorts on, but kind of like imagine like this pocket here. So if you have the righty only knife, I could put it in this pocket right here, and the blade is still against the seam, so it can't accidentally pop open. Because if you put it right there, you could get like this, and then you're reaching into a pocket with a knife like that, and that is not something anyone should do. And so my jeans, I have that upper pocket that's like that, but it's actually in this section there. But you can then put a righty knife in there, and it doesn't make a difference. And so for me, it doesn't really always matter as long as the action and it opens and stuff. I actually kind of like having the clip on the right side sometimes too, because then when you're grabbing it like that, and you're putting that smooth area, and there's less of a hot spot. So righty only knives tend to not really bother me all that much, except for in a situation like this where then I want to flick this out and I can't. So anytime I see a knife that has a full exposed frame lock, like so, I won't jump on buying it until I've had a chance to handle one. So I grab this one here, I put my thumb on it, and it still flicks out just fine. This is the Concept Goblin XL. Wasn't sure I'd like this because I saw it as another full frame lock, but when I was in Texas, they had one on the table. I went, put my thumb on there, push down, boosh. You're not as snobby as Mr. Lanyard Man. That Mr. Lanyard Man, he's like lefties only. I got a couple. Here is a premium Concept Warrior. This is a full lefty version right here. Boom, bolster lock on there, but I can use my left hand, and I know it's backwards right now. Come on, YouTube, let me flip this around. So yeah, this is my one of my full lefties, the Concept Warrior. It's got that kind of eggshell titanium texture with the micarta, and what's on this one? I don't remember. S35VN. Well, it's got a nice action to it, nice feel. And then my other full lefty is also a Concept Fenrir. Got to be careful with this one. Dude, the choil is so far up that if you let this fly down, sometimes it actually can get past where my nail is and kind of catch me up on the thumb. So you got to kind of be careful on the drop on there. Nice front flip though. Full lefty Fenrir. This shredded carbon fiber. I'm not a huge fan of carbon fiber. In this case, the shreds on here turned out really good. Sometimes you get some that looks like there's like a pit or like a hole, but it's just the angle that you're looking at it. Gives you this kind of illusion. Fenrir is in your top 5 for sure. I just want to be able to just do this and just drop it to my thumb, but my thumb, it's like I got to get way down there. I have just basically caught myself a couple of times, but the action on it is nice. And I don't have very many lefty knives, and so I'm not as used to it. But like this one here, I can just get in here and go like this and know that it's going to drop straight to my thumb. And I don't have an issue. It's kind of the same thing I'm used to with the righty knives like this Jack Wolf. I can do that same thing. And with this one, I can't because I'm that fuller. But it feels so great. What's up, Fred? It feels great when you're like this, that you can choke up on the front and the back with that choil. So in that aspect, it's cool, but I don't get that ease of close. I kind of got to be a little more deliberate with it. And you know, it's kind of one of those things too. You cut yourself 1 or 2 times on a knife, and then it makes you hesitant on opening it because you know you're like, okay, well I gotta be careful. That snappy front flipper though. This is what sells it though, the choil and then that harpoon ramp in the back. Just ease right in there. What's going on with you today, Fred? Got any fun plans this weekend? Got time for a call? Liner's your favorite, then button actuated liner, button actuated frame, then spine, then axis. Always have time for me, jeez. I don't even have time for me lately. Oh, my eyes hurt today. Sorry. Been using eye drops. I'm gonna have to start buying bulk in eye drops and then just like squirting it. Hopefully the cottonwood seeds will stop falling pretty soon, but they've been dropping like since May. That's the 20th. It's like almost a month. Benefits of mostly not working anymore. You've earned it. You earn it. You deserve it. You are a hard-working man. No doubt about it. Good on you. Good on ya. I also cannot put this thing down. The Pictus is awesome. That front flipper is great. This is probably one of my favorite types of locks, honestly. Is your kind of bolster lock slash, I don't know, exposed only on the top frame, but liner lock. Easy to get to. That's kind of the same thing with like Devos. Like on the tall boy, I like how it just has that little section right there. Boom. So that tends to be kind of more my favorite kind of style of lock. I do like button actuated liner locks. We were looking at my mini grouper yesterday. It's the one version that I have, but you can see right there, the button actuates that liner lock that's hidden on within. So you've got that liner lock strength, but that button just drops. You can swing it out. Action on this thing. Dry eyes. Try Visine. Remember those? What was the other one? With what's his name? The real monotone guy. And he talked like this. And the Visine or whatever. Uh-oh. I got muted muffled sound. Is it you or is it me? Let's find out. That's fuller, but it feels so great. What's up, Fred? It feels great when you're like this. You can choke up on the front and the back with that choil. So in that aspect, it's cool, but I don't get that ease of close. I kind of got to be a little more deliberate with it. I don't know. One of those things too. You cut yourself one first 2 times. Maybe a little muffled. I don't know. It sounded all right on there. Bueller. Oh, that's right. He was the teacher on the Fry. He was the teacher in Ferris Bueller's too. And then he ended up doing the dry ice commercials. Yeah, I apologize. I know my microphone on my phone is bad. I will be getting a new phone soon. Ooh, my AC was blasting. You got to blow on the cartridge. Check 1, 2. I killed the car. You killed the car. Miles aren't coming off in reverse. Man. Miles aren't coming off in reverse. You don't love me? That's such a great movie. Such a good one. Abe Froman. The Sausage King. Oh, okay. Anyway. Lefty knives. I did order a Lefty knife. So that's something. And Valley, Neil is sending me a little care package of some stuff to check out. With a couple gifts in there. That guy is such a sweetheart. And I think he said there was a couple of budget lefties in there to check out. I don't know what they are, but that will be interesting. But I did order that full titanium micro milled Lefty Strix, which is going to be until December. December. 6 pounds of knives. 6 libus of knives. That can't be correct. That can't be correct. I prefer the button actuated liner lock on the Katuo Venture and the... Ooh, I forgot I had that. And the Dark Bolt Arcus that you can still access. What is Fred talking about, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, it's this one here. The Katuo Venture. There is the button right there. You got your... Here's your button, flick out button, and you can flick out and see the button pushes the liner lock, which is right there, so I can treat it like a liner lock. That one is nice, yes, because you have that access. So it basically is there. It does the same kind of thing. Am I talking with it? It does the same kind of thing. What is wrong with you? Do I have a best tech? Yes. Put a couple drops in a drink. But yeah, forgot I had that one. Works nice. And you've got button or liner action versus the grouper. You only have the button for the close. You can't get to the liner because it's in the middle of the handle. Best tech, I think I only have one. The Best Tech Micro Day. Wow. This one right here. Kind of has a bug insect claw kind of a look. Have you seen a Sabenza with a Spidey hole? Kind of want to put one on it? You should. What are my 3 favorite Spydercos? I suck at opening Spydercos with my long spider fingers. It annoys and frustrates me. So I'm not a huge fan. Yo Jumbo. I don't know, PM2 or maybe a Mannix. They're all pretty decent. I struggle with getting them to open consistently, and it annoys me. And this is my problem. It's not their problem. And what I think it is I have super long, skinny fingers, right? So, give me a second. I've got some around somewhere. Well, this one actually defies the laws of physics. I thought I had one more. Generally, I can't do that. I can't flick it out. Now this one here, this one belongs to anything Emerson Wave. This happens to be one that I can, well, I failed that. Maybe I can't. There, got it. What I think it is on the flicking hole. So when I have it in my hand comfortably, my finger's way up here. I have to bend it way down to get it to where the hole is on most of them. Then when I go to flick it out, I get to like here, and because I've got so much length on the finger still pushing around this way, it gets locked up and it stops it. Rather than if I had shorter fingers and they were here, then when you push, you get to there, your finger is basically pushing and moving out of the way and allowing the blade to do its swingy thing. And my stinking long fingers go like this, and it's still in the way, all the way up. And so it's trying to flick my finger out of the way. I get it stuck. I've tried the ring finger too. What it just comes down to is they're not inexpensive knives. And every time I've picked one up, open it feels nice, sure, but every time I open it, like I'm only opening it 20-30% of the time successfully, it gets frustrating. I don't like it and I want something else. I go pick up something else and it's like bam, bam, like every time, then you're like, well, dude, why don't I just buy something like this that I can get my thumb in there every time, I can flip it open every time, I can flick it out every time. And so to me, I haven't really gotten into them because it frustrates the crap out of me, because I think they are cool. Some people will be like, oh, they're ugly or whatever. There's quite a few of them I think they look great. but it wouldn't be something I would carry. You know, I go test them out at the shows and stuff, and I've had a few loaners sent, and I've done a few customs to a few. The Yo Jumbo is awesome. I really like the Yo Jumbo. What's up, Brian? But I have so many knives that I can effortlessly flick out and play with and enjoy like all day long in several different fidgety ways that it's like, well, I just want to get something that's like that. I'm trying to think if I've ever handled a shaman. Probably. I like the Manix XL because it's bigger, so I think that helped out. I did like the Yo Jumbo because it's bigger, so that helps out, you know. So I think that because it gives me more space to get that flick action going with my stupid handicap hands. I love the big old knives, like this huge pig of a Buster FG. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love a beast of a beefer? I mean, Goblin XL. Awesome stuff. Max Ace Goliath. Now that is an absolute pig. Who doesn't love a Max Ace Goliath? Here we get the Kaiser drop bear next to the Goliath. And you know the drop bear, it's the bug out killer. It's the pyrite size. Look at it compared to the Goliath. If I just hold up the Goliath in my hand like this, you're like, oh, it's big. It doesn't seem as big. But this, Cliff, you got to try to remember all your children's names. We're pushing 400, and I can do most of them. When we were doing an inventory kind of a list, there was maybe 4 or 5 where I was like, oh, this is like the Civivi Cogent, or, you know, like, so there was a few where I just couldn't. But I love them. There might be some that I, neglect, that's the ones you kind of forget about, but most of the ones that I have in the collection over here, I'm pretty cool with. I was of the opinion they're ugly till I held a buddy's. And now you own a Manix 2 pair of 3. Ergonomics are better than anything you've held. See, that's the thing. I know lots of people that they get 1 and then all of a sudden they have 2 and then they have 3 and then they have 5 and then they have 10 of them. They love them. So I can't deny that. That's a real thing. You know, you find something you love, you jump on it, you get it. And that's legit. That's totally legit. I like a good flicking hole, man. I see knives that have thumb studs are fine, but to me, fullers, flicking holes are my jam. Obviously, lefty kind of compatible stuff. I get worried about like hot spots sometimes, because there's sometimes where like a lefty, like you can't swap the clip to the other side, and so I go put my thumb to flick it out, and I've had some where then that's just poking right into your thumb or your palm. Kind of the things I look for. Being a lefty, it kind of makes you a little kind of more, some things don't work as good as they do for the standard righties. What's up, Robert? Boom. Fred still hasn't won a knife on his own. Well, I'll be doing a giveaway pretty soon. We're almost to 10K. I got a little push from Tri-State last week. I appreciate that, buddy. He jumped me up about a good 80 subs, which is cool. I still got about 100 to go till we get to 10K, but I've been putting some stuff together for that giveaway. I did actually just order another knife a few days ago that should be here Monday that I'm going to add to the mix for that I thought would be a fun one. Sorry, reading. Really should check out the smock. Gabe, I've handled a couple like custom smocks. I don't think I've ever actually handled a regular smock, but the smocks that at Gecko Customs, this is my Pictus. He takes a smock and then fully customizes it, like changes almost everything. It's literally the blade and maybe some of the parts of the lock or whatever, but other than that, he like totally changes it, makes the handle different, reprofiles the blades and stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Fred, we're gonna have to get you to win, and then the jokes will be over. Fred's gonna win something. I have a feeling. 2025 is the year. What's up, Grateful Dong in the house? Loving it, right? Loving it. What are you doing this weekend, bud? Devo Tall Boy. I would carry this significantly more if I wasn't carrying different things all the time. Horrible. I know, right? But Tall Boy is pretty much great choke up, great feel. I like the extra jimps on there, and then the extra jimps out there. Perfect for cutting and using, comfortable in my hand, top notch. Tall Boy is in my top 5. How many top 5s do you have? I got like 10 in my top 5, I think. Did I get a chance to play with the TACOM? Yes, Fred. There was like 2 different ones. One of them had the weird blade shape that he had shown on a live that he said some people didn't like, and then the other one. But I handled both of them. I thought they were great. I would be glad to pick up either. I thought they were both really cool. Play with the Small Boy. I didn't. I hardly ever was able to get over to Devo. They were so busy all the time, and good for them. You know, they were doing business, making sales, talking to people. So I didn't really get in there. Fred the Log has 10 different top 5s. Yeah, I keep my top 5 over here on my top 10. So it's like my top 10, but there's like 15 in there. Something like that. You know, top 5, top 10. So no, I did not mess around with the Small Boy. Where is that fixie I picked up at Blade? Oh, it's right here. Auxiliary Manufacturing, Captain's Bowie. Tell me that it's just not gorgeous. Over here. I love it. Hey, I'm new here. Dude's full of the diabetes. 100% diabetes for your testing supplies. Isn't this thing sick? Oh, dude, I absolutely... Ricky, I did a pocket check on Ricky when we were in Texas, and he collabed with Auxiliary Manufacturing for this one here on this design. You can get the pocket Bowie, which is essentially almost the same design, just a thinner handle, and not a limited. This is one of 11. Actually, this is number 1 of 11. Roll down to me. Oh, God. Have a good night, Ralph. Can't wait to see you guys again. Had a great time with Ralph and Barbie and Caleb and everybody we saw. And we're going to be doing it up, looks like Texas next year. For those of you that are going to be interested or going to go. The folder, grateful. His folder, I'm just going to bring it up, dude. That thing, I want one. $300, another $300 knife that I want in my world. Alright, moving over here. Yeah, so there you go. So here's the two mass-produced kind of versions. You got the wrapped with the inner, like maybe almost looks like what they do with swords with that, God, stingray skin under there or whatever. Then you've got your handle, and then this is the folder. Wow, why do you gotta be zoomed out? Yeah, but look at this version of that thing. Boom. Tell me that doesn't look sick. So it really kind of has the same basic shape, except for it's got the folder titanium with the inlay micarta. Super cool stuff. Sold out. M390. There's what it looks like folded up. Bro. Nice action on it. Got that lock that I like. It's kind of got a little cover. You can put your thumb right there. Although, did I flick it out? I can't remember if I was able to flick that out or not. I feel like I was. Very cool knife though. Unfortunately, I can't buy all the $300 knives. I wish I could, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm living life, doing fine, having a good time. Save up, buy ones that I can when I can. We're having a good one. We're doing all right. I ordered that Sparrow. I'm excited for that. But man, there's a bunch of knives that I want. What do you do? The Deadhead series, right? Those are rad. Super fun stuff. Gabe says, Freddy's got the new pivot style smock that's been upgraded. That sounds cool. For those of you that were not in my live last night, I did kind of bring up that I'm going to be doing a pass around box for the regulars. Where is my links? Hold on, I'm trying to work off my phone and my computer at the same time. What, you can do that? What's up, nerd? I see you in here. Depends on how hot it is. I mean, we might go out tomorrow, but I don't know if it'll be nice or whatever. Happy Friday, y'all. So that's my Instagram right there, KDK and 4K. If anyone wants to message me, get a hold of me or anything like that, feel free. Sometimes it takes a little while because I don't always, if I'm new or you're new, it doesn't put your message in my direct messages. I have to go find it. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a pass around box, which is a regulars group pass around. It's going to keep the numbers kind of limited, so it's not going to be gone for months and months and months, just only several months, whatever. Not sure what the price is, but we basically put a price on the knives, so it's like whatever, there's so many knives in there. This one's priced at 50 or 100 or whatever it is. You can do 1-for-1 trades, but only in an upward direction. Like you can't take a $100 knife and put 10 $10 knives in to trade for it. You have to do a one knife for one knife. So if you take a $100 knife out, you have to swap it with a minimum of another $100 knife or more valuable. Then it'll go to the next person in the list, same, next person, same, all the way around until it gets back to me. And so I don't get to play the same way everybody else does, but in a way I'll theoretically put several knives in a box, and chances of me getting any of them back might be low unless I put some absolute crap in there. But get a hold of me on there if you haven't got a hold. It doesn't cost you anything, Fook. That's the thing, is all it would actually cost is you would need to ship the ship the box once. You get the box, you get to look at them a couple of days, make some decisions, and then if you don't want anything, you just then box them back up and then ship it. So you'll have to pay that one-time shipping fee to the next person on the list. Other than that, it doesn't really cost you anything, and you'd be trading. So you'd be trading something that you have. Or you get the box, and then you can take goodies, little fook-doozle goodies, little stickers and things that you got, and chuck them in the box just for funsies. And then when you get it, you know, maybe you'd be like, ooh, look at these little funsies in here. You could pick yourself a couple little trinkets and trade, you know what I'm saying? Will you have knives between 50 and 200? Yeah, something like that, Fred. I got to go through what I'm actually going to be able to put in there. You know, I don't know how many $200 knives I have that I actually want to part with. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, I have several of these I can put in there, but then it's like, I kind of want to keep that one, you know? So I'm going to go through it this weekend and try to figure it out. But I was thinking somewhere in that range, and maybe, you know, maybe have a few different ones in there, because someone said we should also maybe throw a couple gas station levels in there, and then we could be trading around some gas station levels in conjunction with the other ones. You know, they don't all have to be in the same price range. I could put a little thing on each one, like, oh, well, this one is a $20 gas station, you know, Zelda knife, or $10 or whatever, or, you know, so we could maybe put something like that in there just for fun too. I'm putting so much candy in that box. See, you get some frosted Fookios and a Fook sticker from Fook Doozle. Now we know what I'm talking about. Candy? Wait. Someone said there's going to be candy in the box? Man. Weird stuff. Sounds fun. Fred says he's not getting another production smock. If he gets another one, it'll be a custom. So yeah, Fook, I mean, you don't want to sit out, but the frosting is made of asbestos. It's flavor. I'm putting a bottle of bourbon in there. As long as it comes back to me with all his goodies, you know, like whoever puts the most goodies in there at the end, right before they send it to me, yeah. I don't know. Gotta run for dinner. See y'all around on the lives. Right on, Fook. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? You should put a paperclip in and see if it gets traded into a house. I did see. Did anybody see the video that someone started with, like, I didn't watch the whole video, but I saw like a short on it or whatever, where someone at Blade Show started with like a $10 pen or whatever it was, and kept trying to trade up, and the whole point was to trade up to something that he could use to give to, was it Big Idea or whatever, that they would be willing to then trade him for a new knife or something like that. And he ended up with a Spyderco. So like he started with this, you know, his $10 pen or whatever it was, and then made a trade and made a trade and made a trade and made a trade, and ended up to a Spyderco something, and then use that to win his challenge or whatever. I thought that was kind of fun, although he spent apparently 3 hours just doing that, you know. So it was like, I don't know for sure, but to me, I see it as like, so the whole time he was like just hustling each time, trying to figure it out. It's like, that seems like a lot of time. Time is money, and time is very short in Atlanta. Holy smoke. It was wild. Like, 3 hours time to get a Spyderco isn't bad if that's your goal is or whatever, but if you're trying to see people and see all the things, I think that takes more than 3 days just to do that, let alone, I'm trying to film some videos, get some reactions, make some content, and look for knives that you want to buy. It's like, woo, time is short. I feel like when we went to the show in Wisconsin, we were able to walk around that whole show, go outside, kind of hang out for a bit, look at what we got, throw it in the car, go back in, walk around again, you know, and you were able to kind of catch everything and then know like, oh, there's one other spot I want to go back to again before we leave. Versus I don't even know, I'm not even sure I went into the second room on day one. Maybe I did. But the second room alone is definitely more narrow. And so you're tight trying to get in and look at stuff. And it was just busy, which is cool. But time, whew. My live stream went for 3 hours. Luckily, I filmed that and was able to look at a lot of stuff. But it was like, whew, how did 3 hours whip by so quick? Did I count my steps at the show? 20K each day? I don't know. I did not, but I suppose my phone could keep track of that. I didn't really think to do it, but I'm sure it was a lot. Although I paced myself better, or I don't know what it was in Texas. It's only 2 days in Texas, 3 in Atlanta. But on day 2, Texas, my joints were hurting, like my knees and my hips from just constant walking. I don't know. Anyone get the new 10V Shaman exclusive? Asks Ryan. Neil says 10V is great, but don't have any of the rec exclusives. How much do those go for? Excuse me. I'm getting more into it. You know, that's what happens. You graduate on up. You start getting more into custom stuffs and one-off stuff and limited run things. It's cool. Gets more expensive though. You can't get as many. Not a fan of the Python scales, but the steel is like K390. Sold out. Tenacious, anywhere from 69 to 120, depending on the model. Technically making 23 to 40 an hour. $240 for a Shaman. $279 for the limited. If you're still close with Kaiser, maybe they can get you in as an exhibitor, but then you can do some content prior to the show opening each day. Fred, I've been contemplating how I can make that happen. I would really, that would be great. To be able to get the badge and get in a little early would be nice. What I wouldn't look to do is like what BEDC does, and he basically works at the TACOM booth, but he's there all day, and I wouldn't want to be stuck at a booth, not talking bad, or you know what I mean, I want to be able to free roam a lot and being, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? But if I could just, hey, give me the badge, I could come in, I'm going to make content for you, Maybe I could talk to someone at Blade Show, be like, hey, is there a way that I can get some exhibitor or some credentials for Contact Blade magazine and see if they give me press access? They do that? I mean, I'm sure they would do that for Bees or Jared or someone. I'm just lonely little me. It'd be cool though. That'd be great. Just to be able to, not that I, mind hanging out in the lines and stuff, but being able to get in and get some of the booths and make a little quick couple videos while it's still kind of quiet. Because I noticed that right at the beginning, that first hour, the VIP early bird hour, I ran around quite a bit, but I made a few videos. It was still pretty chill. It wasn't loud, so you could hear very well. just print up some VIP badges, just look official, just pretend. That's all you got to do. Or maybe you just got to carry a ladder. That's what I heard, is if you have a ladder, so they'll just let you in. Like, oh, well, see, I got this ladder. And they're like, oh, yeah, you must be. He's got a ladder. In you go. In you go. Maybe we could design and just, fake badges. Thank you for subscribing. I mean, I guess I'm an influencer. I don't push hard like that. I haven't been asking for stuff from people, and you know, it's cool to get it or whatever. I've just been kind of doing my thing. But yeah, I guess I am. I like talking about knives. I like knives. Tell me what knives are cool. I'll tell you what ones I think are cool. But that would be pretty cool. Just act like you're supposed to be there. They recognize me. I've talked to several of them, you know. Yeah. That's a thing. It's a thing. What time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock. Anybody get any notifications on if MC is going to go live? What time does Bees usually start? Anyone know? Oh yeah, look at that. Upcoming. I influenced you to get the Pictus. Are you mad about it? Are you mad about it? Because Pictus is so choice. I highly recommend picking one up. It looks like he's supposed to have started at 5:30. Got a live chat going already. So Metal Complex gonna be starting on soon now. You know, get on there. You know, he doesn't need me to tell you. You have plenty of people there. You have plenty of people in there. But yeah, if you want to try to win a nice knife, MC just went live.
Here we go. Here we go. I wanted to do this forever.
What?
Thank you. A special thank you to Nick Shabazz for allowing me to borrow this. If you don't know, Nick Shabazz has blessed my revival of Terrible Knives Live. That's essentially what this is.
Not that you need this.
And of course, the ultimate source of Terrible Knives is stuff that's confiscated by TSA.
All right. Yeah, that's MC. So MC does weekly giveaway every week. So his live's about to go. Stay classy. Always good to see you, Grateful Dong. I'll see you all later. I might do another live tomorrow before TKE goes live in the garage at 9:30. Go check him out. But thanks everybody for hanging out. Probably see you over on MC's live. I'm gonna go get me some dinner. Have a good weekend. Play with some knives. Let's have some fun. Stay